Mahomes in this high-powered Kansas City offense. But we're going to see the Raiders offense on the field first, Tony, and what must they do in this game? Talking about that Raiders offense.
Yeah, well, they gotta first off, that's how you beat the Chiefs offense. They need to control the line of scrimmage. Last week they did. They need to play big boy football and literally pound the rock right at them. They're getting a lot of third and shorts. And Derek Carr, be efficient like you were last week. And then you have a chance late in the game.
Harrison Butker gets this game underway. Dwayne Harris will not have a chance to run this one out. And we'll begin with a touchback and bring out Derek Carr. He's going to, with just 81 yards passing, set the Raider franchise record for most pass yards in a career in an Oakland uniform. Ken Stabler holds the mark. Just needs 81 yards to move past the Snake. 2-8 career record against Kansas City. We were here a couple of years ago for an unbelievable Thursday night game where they had 4 or 5 tries to win it at the end.
You're like, and the game's over. No, we're doing it again, and it's over. No.
There's a handoff to the rookie, and it's Jacobs moving the pile, and this was some debut for Josh Jacobs on Monday night, and you saw some of that talent on that first carry. Goes for 6, and they're hurrying back to the line here. Raiders going hurry up to open the game with a couple tight ends in the game. Carrier along with Waller.
There we go. Richard Nixon.
That's that second year in the system right here, Jim. He gets up, he knows the play, gets him into something good. Run the play.
Hey, 358 hammer. 358 hammer. Sims is up.
Going to throw it on 2nd and 4, and pass incomplete. His receiver Carrier trying to catch it from his knees. So it'll be 3rd and 4 coming up. The Chiefs defense under the direction of Steve Spagnuolo, who replaced Bob Sutton in the offseason. Sutton on to Atlanta, joined that staff, and there you see some of the stars of that defense, like Matthew in the secondary, Frank Clark, who made his Chiefs debut last week, Chris Jones on that defensive front. 3rd and 4. They were 10 out of 14 on 3rd down against the Broncos. Big part of their success. Can they do it here to start? They do. It's Carrier, who he threw to on 2nd down, incomplete. Carrier has it this time on the run on to the Kansas City side of the field. Gain of 25.
You're going to see just a simple out cut, and Carrier does a great job. But this is the key you just said. You said 10 of 14. Great throw, great catch. You're in 3rd and 4. You can run the ball. You can throw slants. You can push it downfield. They were 7 for 10. They had 10 under 4 yards last week. That's controlling the line of scrimmage. They have to do that again today.
180. Hey, easy. Hey, T60.
That first run, Jim, huge to get him to 2nd and 4. That allowed that play.
On 1st down, they fake the handoff to Jacobs. Go down the middle, and it's in and out of the hands of Renfro, his slot receiver, rookie out of Clemson. And another rookie on the coverage, Thornhill.
Renfro right there, goes right through the middle, and that's actually a great throw by Carr.
Looked like Damian Wilson may have gotten a hand on that, tipped it just a bit. 2nd and 10, threw it off for Renfro, who they're very high on. Waller, the tight end split to the bottom of the screen. 2nd and 10, deep ball time, and it was headed toward Tyrell Williams, the former Charger.
And that's a big play. You can get up early on the Chiefs. It gives you just a little bit of freedom, you know, on your defensive calls. And last week, Oakland went right down the field, and a pass very similar to that, you know, was caught. And they scored on that first drive and kind of set the tempo, freed you up, you know, for a lot of the early part of the game. And that's when Carr wants back.
Richard is in at running back. They've run it only once in 5 snaps, and it's 3rd and 10. Looking back to the left side this time for Williams. He makes the over-the-shoulder catch for another 1st down. He had Breeland on him one-on-one.
And really this play is the protection changed by Carr. It's a perfect throw. Williams with a great catch. Breeland doesn't have a chance because the ball's high and away from him. But to pick up that pressure that Spagnuolo sent there, really impressive by Carr. I mean, he did that last week the same way. That was difficult, and he made it look easy.
So Williams with a reception for 19, and the Raiders driving on this opening series of the game. From the Kansas City 24, Jacobs, and he's stuck behind the line. Okafor and others in on him with a flag down. This crew today, Clay Martin, the referee.
During the run, holding, defense, number 95. 5-yard penalty, it's an automatic first down.
So defensive holding called on the lineman Chris Jones of the Chiefs, and that'll put the Raiders into the red zone at the 19.
You see Jones who's getting double teamed right here. Tough to tell from that angle, but can't see the other side. There's a chance he was trying to keep the line from coming off him.
First down, they go back to Jacobs, trying to wiggle out of a traffic jam, and he moves it again for another 6.
And that's why you go get this guy. You control the game, keep their offense off the field. This is a John Gruden game plan. I mean, last week was exactly like this. We're going to pound the rock. We're going to throw it a little bit. But when you can get 5 and 6 on first down, boy, this is going to be tough to stop this passing offense then.
That one actually goes for 7. John Gruden's second stint as the head coach for the Raiders picked up his 100th regular season win in the victory over the Broncos Monday night. 2nd and 3. Jacobs again. He dives low for the marker. And spotted about a half-yard short. Fell right at the feet of Anthony Hitchens.
And Anthony Hitchens is really, in this system, he made a great play there, scraping over the top and making the tackle short of the first down. But this is a big-time player in this system. He's got to get everyone lined up, talk, communicate, change the play. Now you see the big Raiders front with the extra lineman out there.
And Parker, the extra lineman, he's eligible. 3rd and a foot. Go ground, and it is stuffed. That is Jones who makes the play. And they waste no time bringing out the field goal unit.
And you see Jones, who's just a monster inside.
Well, you got around Colton Miller.
He was just following the polar on a power play, and he just sneaks right in there. But, you know, he's really special. I mean, this Jones, they don't make him like him very often, Jim. He's like 7'4" out there on the field.
Daniel Carlson. He's hit 17 of his 18 attempts as a Raider since joining them last season during the season. 28-yard attempt. And the kick is good. Money. Go to break remembering the great Eddie Money.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, yes. Ten plays to open the game for the Raiders. They had 3rd and a foot. Chris Jones makes the stop, leaving the Raiders with a field goal from Carlson, 28 yards out. And now we'll get to see Mahomes and the Kansas City offense for the first time. Chiefs coming off a 40-26 win down in Jacksonville to open the season. You had a glimpse of Mecole Hardman back to return the boot from Carlson, who will re-tee it. It was a bit breezy. Breezes between 10 and 15 down on the field.
You'll see Hardman today with Hill out, you know, and kind of playing that position. They like him. You know, he's a 2nd rounder. He's fast.
Speedster out of Georgia.
No one's Tyreek Hill, but they're going to put him out there. I'm anxious to see, you know, how he looks today.
Well, they drafted him in the 2nd round. Not sure at the time of the draft if they would be with Hill this season with some of his issues that he was facing, legal issues. But Hill has a new contract, but he's also got a dislocated shoulder now, so he's out for about a month and a half. And here comes Mahomes. That first quarter performance last week was the most by any quarterback in an opening quarter since Peyton Manning in a game back 15 years ago. He ended up with a 2nd highest total in a game of his young career, 378 yards, playing the last 3 quarters on a tender ankle. hands it off to open the game. Damian Williams into the dirt at the 29, gain of 4. Last game we'll ever see in the NFL, they say, playing on dirt. So we don't have any multi-purpose stadiums after this year. As you see, the offensive line, Eric Fisher, was injured in practice on Friday with a groin injury. He was questionable these last 48 hours, but he's up and starting. Sammy Watkins, you saw his name fly by. Career game last Sunday with 3 touchdowns on 9 grabs, almost 200 yards. 2nd and 6. Holmes to Kelsey. He's tackled down at the 38. Brought down by Curtis Riley.
Kelsey just a matchup nightmare, and you can see you get corners, Conley on him, safeties. He's too big for corners. You can see he just goes up and pushes you off. Too fast for safeties. He's the standard right now in the National Football League.
Yes, he is.
And every week he comes out here and just makes it look easy.
Had 12 catches on this field last December for 168 and a couple of touchdowns. First down from the 37. Mahomes well protected and launching it deep. And that was over the head of Sammy Watkins with Conley on the coverage and a marker down.
Well, Joyner got very physical at the line of scrimmage here, which I actually think is the only way to beat the Chiefs, but that might have been a little too physical.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 29. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
When I saw Patrick unload the deep pass, I was expecting it might be Hardman that was chasing after it, but it was Watkins the intended target. And you see Joyner on the hold, Tony.
Yeah, just holding them the whole way up the field. I mean, John's like, actually, you know what? One of the point of emphasis I was going to make early in this game, Jim, is New England came out in the AFC title game and made it difficult on Kansas City up there, you know, when they were at Kansas City, and they got their hands on these receivers early.
Out of the backfield, they complete it to McCoy, who trots out of bounds after a gain of 6. Paul Gunther, the defensive coordinator for the Raiders. I'm sure he watched that game film like everyone else has to see what the Patriots did in the first half of that game.
Yeah, and what you see real quickly is that you got to get up on these guys. I know they're big, they're explosive, they're going to make big plays, but if you're just going to play soft and scared, you have no chance. Last week, the Raiders were the more physical football team. You put the tape on, it was like, wow, this is a different Raiders team. They're deeper, these guys believe, and they're out there hitting, playing hard. I think they got to do the same thing. See everybody up close, Jim? Everyone's lined up real close to the receivers all over. Get their hands on them.
2nd and 5. To the ground. Quick contact on McCoy, who tries to shake it off, but no escaping a whole parade of Raider defenders. Furl got to him first, and a loss of 4.
So you see left tackle, Fisher's out, this side of your screen, right across his face. And that's Farrell, their first-round pick.
The 4th pick overall. Fisher not out there. It's Cam Irving who got beat on that play. Former first-rounder drafted by the Cleveland Browns. And you see for Fisher.
You see the Raiders all up there, Jim? They're pressing you tight. Teams don't like to do this because you can give up big plays, but if you get your hands on it, gives your pass rush a chance to get there.
Here's the 3rd and 9. And whistles to stop it.
Kansas City takes their first time out of the half.
Andy Reid and the Chiefs take a timeout. We'll step aside midway through the first.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Pepsi. Always be celebrating. Experian. Raise your credit scores instantly with Experian Boost. And by Buffalo Wild Wings. Eat, drink, and breathe football and wings.
The last AFL championship game was played here before the merger. Chiefs winning on this field against the Raiders. Hank Stram and his team went on to win Super Bowl IV down in New Orleans against Minnesota. You saw Andy Reid, you saw John Madden. There's a great bond, a great friendship between Coach Reid, Coach Madden, who's watching this game at his home here in the East Bay area. In fact, when Andy was on the phone with Coach Madden yesterday, he put Patrick Mahomes on the phone Patrick was thrilled to be able to talk to the great man.
As he should be. No one like John Madden. One of a kind. This is a big play right now, and I can tell you, John Madden, he wants to see what you got here, Patrick. See the protection, brings him back in, sees if he's in man-to-man with the running back. Call the play and go.
He flings it wide of the mark. Intended for Hardman. And the Chiefs offense is taken off the field.
And this is on Hardman a little bit. It's a corner route, but you got to go flat to the sideline. You see how he's just a little upfield? That's just a young receiver. Mahomes throws it, and he's probably going to go over and talk to him like, hey, why did you go up the field a little bit? It's just a young guy who's just running, trying to get there fast. But really good play design.
There's the punt by Dustin Colquitt. Coming up with a fair catch signal is Harris at the 26. Just a 31-yard punt. Back in 30 seconds after this from Progressive Insurance. Carr and company, second possession of the game. John Gruden loves his quarterback, who's in his 6th year.
Son! Blue 80! Here we go. Hey, Mark Davis, Clayton Kershaw. Mark Davis, Clayton Kershaw.
See how much Carr's doing this at the line of scrimmage? They get into a lot of good plays versus the right looks.
Sims is it.
And that's Jacobs taken out of bounds by Hitchens. Another 5 yards to Jacobs total. 5 carries, 21 to start this game.
Very efficient, staying ahead of the chains.
He's a 3-down back, this rookie out of Alabama. He had more touches in the game against Denver than he did in any game at Alabama. He had 23 touches Monday night.
Well, and I like this kid. I can see why they did it. Both their draft picks, you know. Him on the offensive side of the ball and Farrell on the defense are both 3-down players.
180. What's up?
Second, we'll call it 6. And that's Williams with a catch, and he is pile driven back by Breeland, and they give him the forward progress first down.
You see how fast that ball was out, Jim? You go watch this tape, and this is John Gruden's special. The tackles are getting beat, but it doesn't matter because the ball's out of Carr's hand in the quick passing game. You want to help your O-line? Tackles? You got a stunt up there, someone's coming free, doesn't matter. Ball's out of Carr's hand. And he throws the ball very well, and he knows where to go now in the second year of this system. You're seeing that. They're staying ahead of the chains. There's no sacks. I mean, it's a great, efficient game last year. But you got to run the ball to be able to do that.
Had the third most sacks suffered last year, but none on Monday night. First down. And there's Renfro for an 11-yard pickup. 47 starts in his Clemson career. Couple of national titles for Dabo Swinney, and drafted in the 5th round. They love him, Tony.
Yeah, and they should. And right there you see Carr, guy in his face, Jones again. Boom, little sidearm underneath. Ball out, helping your O-line. Good play call, and Renfro's going to be a good one, I think.
I saw you throw that sidearm a number of times in your day. There's Carr going deep. Going deep, and it's drawing a flag. Matthew is on the coverage of Ryan Grant.
It's really not Matthew's fault. I feel like he came over to help.
Pass interference. Defense, number 32. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. It's 1st and goal.
Well, you see, it's a good job by Matthew in some ways to get over there. Obviously, you don't need to push the guy with your hand right there. Little acting maybe by Grant. Wasn't that bad.
Was that Ryan Grant or Cary Grant? It's a 43-yard penalty. Blast for the pass.
That's the. I know Cary Grant. Come on, it's like Humphrey Bogart. I mean,
yeah, legend. In other words, yeah, there you go. 1st and goal. And that pass is it scooped off the ground? Incomplete. Going back to Grant. So they got down to about this spot on the field of the first drive before it got bogged down. Right near the 10.
Yeah, and I think that this is what, if you were watching this quarter right now, this is literally to a T, John Gruden, how he wants to play football. Quick pass, run, efficient, get the ball out, shot play. Run, efficient, quick pass, shot play. And that's just what you're going to see. But they got to finish some of these off. They're going to beat the Chiefs.
Second and goal. Gets rid of it quickly. Back to Renfro. Brought down at the 4 by Juan Thornhill, their rookie out of Virginia, taken in the second round. And they marvel, the coaching staff, about the potential of this kid and his ball skills.
Yeah, he's second round pick. He's got good instincts. You know, you can see in training camp every day. You find a guy and you're like, ooh, I like this. He's always around the ball. Coaches like that. Guys just have a way of finding the ball.
Third and goal from the 4.
What's up?
Down the middle, wide open. Touchdown, Oakland. Tyrell Williams. All set up on the penalty call against Matthew. Williams has a touchdown for the second straight game.
You see this? It's a picket fence at the goal line, and you're going to see right in the back by Williams. Everyone wants to stand there. Carr with a perfect, like, that's a lot harder throw than it looks. You got to throw it hard but soft. You know what that means, right, Jim?
I think I'm with you.
It's like soft but aggressive.
Got it. Okay. It's like quiet energy.
Yeah, it's
that kind of thing.
It's solemn, but be explosively energetic.
There you go. It's 10-0 Raiders. They were stretching out Tyrell Williams during the break, but he's back up on his feet, and the Raiders are up. As you see, Rod Martin, a long-time part of the franchise, working on his lower back, it appears. And 10-0. What a start for Oakland. Kick comes to Hardman at the 2. Does he have a chance to show that speed? No, he doesn't. He's tripped up near the 20. Mullen, another rookie, is the one who was there to make the stop. Patrick Mahomes, the youngest since Jim Brown to win the NFL MVP. That season to remember, and more to come, you know. Compare him to the second best last year. 11 more touchdown passes than Luck, who was second. 25-yard completions, a dozen more than Jared Goff. 300-yard games, well, best by a couple in front of the likes of Goff and Roethlisberger. Amazing season, 50 touchdowns. Here's the pass to Hardman. They're on him quick. Perfect with the tackle. Holds him to 4. Let's go down to Trace.
Thanks a lot, Jim. Chiefs left tackle Eric Fisher on the sideline right now. He suffered a groin injury in practice on Friday. Went through pregame warm-ups. They deemed him okay to start, and then he re-injured it on that last drive. He is questionable to return. Cam Irvin takes his spot. 13 starts, though, for them last year, Jim.
Okay, Trace, there he is, 75 on that left side for Fisher. 2nd and 6. Mahomes down the field, almost intercepted. That's Garyon Conley, who they're happy to have in uniform after they had that scary neck injury Monday night, but he was back on the practice field a couple of days later, and he's out here now making plays.
Well, you see the movement in the pocket. These are really unique things that Andy Reid does, but the Raiders snuff it out and make Mahomes throw it before he's ready, and no one was open. I mean, they went out and got some big-time players on this defense. Now, obviously the draft was great, but you got Joyner, Perfect. I mean, these are guys who know football, and it's showing. I mean, this is really, what a start, Jim, right now. If they can get off the field right here.
And this Raider Nation is roaring on a 3rd and 6. And they bring 6. Mahomes trying to find the open man, and that is a great grab by DeMarcus Robinson for the first down. Gain of 11.
You see Mahomes' eyes. He's looking all over, then all of a sudden finds his target, and a perfect throw down and away. Robinson moves the chains. That big-time play by Mahomes right there. Quiet this crowd down a little bit. Get a little bit easier. They need a big play on 1st or 2nd.
Hands it off to McCoy, and he tried to reverse field because he knew the Raiders were waiting for him. Whitehead This week, Colbert, all new with Senator Elizabeth Warren, Billy Crystal, and tomorrow, catch Tom Hiddleston. Plus from the talk, Marie Osmond, all new Colbert this week on CBS, second and 11.
Jim, you see this empty formation for Kansas City? There's only 5 blockers. Oakland has 6 guys up. You got to get the ball out. One's coming free right away.
They drop back a couple on that defensive front. Mahomes pass in the area of Watkins. And that set up a little confusion for the Chiefs. Third and 11.
Well, this is crazy. There's only 2 guys who rush. They think they're going to break you down. I think someone messed up there on Oakland when you only rush the outside 2 guys. But good job by the Chiefs not to fall for the trick of everyone up there in the line of scrimmage.
It's third and 11. Coming after him. Robs it up high. Pulled down, but stopped for a loss. McCoy grabbed it, but the Raiders, Nicholas Morrow was right with him in a loss of a yard.
And he's lined up at defensive end on the outside over here, and he's pretends like he's rushing, and he sneaks back and literally makes a big-time play, Morrow there, because they were pressuring, and that one had a chance to be the 50-yarders you see from the Chiefs left and right every week.
Punted just once last week. Colquitt's second punt here in the opening quarter. Harris got a chance to run it back. Hesitates for a moment. And give him an excellent starting point at the 40. Raiders defense has held Kansas City to only 26 yards of offense. Raiders in front 10-0.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Progressive, making it easy to bundle your home and car insurance. And by Corona Extra. Find your beach.
The Raiders coming off a 4-12 year, having won 6 days ago and now up 10-0 first quarter on the 4-time defending champion of the AFC West Division, Kansas City Chiefs. Here's Carr throwing it in the direction of Derek Carrier. And they have turned over this roster. Look at John Gruden, some of this play calling early, Tony.
Well, yeah, and you see, they basically wanted to get bigger and faster and stronger, and they did that. You get Jacobs, you get some of these young guys, you get some free agents, but the system is still John Gruden's, and it's great because it's just run the ball, throw it quick, and then play action over the top. And then you saw a shot play on first down right here. And now you'll get back to most likely some quick pass or a run.
You got DeAndre Washington, the running back, and he gets the handle. And he gets handled after only 1. Got 12 rookies on this roster for the Raiders. And it certainly appears they hit on the draft. I mean, in spectacular fashion. Last year, the oldest team in the NFL, as far as average of week 1 starters, what their average age was. And last week, 4th youngest, Mike Mayock. Man, what a job he's done.
It's been outstanding. I'm telling you, the transformation. Mayock, Gruden together, it's really kind of cool to see when you put the tape on.
Here's a 3rd and 8. Pass knocked down, heading back toward Renfro.
And this is the spot where Renfro could get a little stronger. He ran a good route, but if you look at some of the best guys inside who run those routes, the Edelman, these guys, they're very strong, even though they're little. Welker. And I think Renfro has a ton of ability. He can do a lot of the same stuff. You just got to get a little bit of that strength.
First.
We got a challenge flag from John Gruden here. I bet he's going with the pass interference call.
Tough to win those. We found out week 1.
I don't know. This one, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, man, he was just grabbing him the whole time. But
Kendall Fuller was providing the coverage, and that will be what Gruden's questioning.
Oakland is challenging the ruling on the previous play that there was pass interference.
Well, this is our first one of the year. We get to see if a pass interference.
Here is the play, Tony.
Did he get up? Make the call quick, Jim. Go. See you when we get back.
Let's bring in Gene Steratore quickly. What did you think, Gene?
Guys, I don't think they're going to overturn this for pass interference. I don't disagree that there is possible defensive holding prior to the ball being released. That is not reviewable. The only thing we can review is pass interference. I don't think there's enough there, and honestly, guys, I don't think there's enough in real time there either.
After review, the ruling on the field stands as called. Oakland will be charged their first timeout, and they have one challenge remaining.
There's a nuance there because you can't review holding, and he was holding him down the field, Tony.
Well, you'll see 29 Fuller's on Renfro, and you can kind of see the grabs a little, but it's egregious. They keep saying it's got to be egregious, right, Jim? Gene, are you still there?
Most definitely, Tony. Yeah, it has to rise to a level. But look, when there are no calls on the field, at some point, New York is going to interject and say, look, we think this has risen to that level. When that occurs, we're going to have a bar that we know we've reached to become what is clear and obvious.
Thank you, Gene. If words were a stock, the word egregious is just a rocket ship right now.
Jim, I went to Eastern Illinois and I lost you. But I can tell you, I understood rocket ship. Yeah. What is the definition of egregious? It's got to be something that
use your Eastern Illinois education.
Kidding. Eastern was actually great.
Yeah,
the Harvard of the Midwest.
That's an interesting little nuance, though, Tony, about how you would argue there was definitely defensive holding there.
It was holding.
But it's not reviewable.
But it's not reviewable, so you can't win that argument. So it's just, I think it's actually not bad, though, the way they're doing it. They're making it difficult to win the challenges.
On first down, pass. Pulled in. No, he never got a handle on a Kelce. That's better for Kansas City anyway. There is a marker out. Oh, and Kelce's holding his arm. He would have lost yardage had he completed the ball.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 98.
Yeah, the rookie.
15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
Max Crosby, rookie out of Eastern Michigan, walloped Mahomes after the throw and was flagged.
Well, it's a screen pass, and it's the full body weight, I believe, there, where if you jump, you kind of want, almost like if you picked him up and drove him into the ground. Now that's a tough one right there.
Kelce trying to reel it in, never does. I tell you, with Mahomes having his arm extended up in the air like that, I've seen all kinds of injuries happen that way for quarterbacks, rotator cuffs and things like that, but he's fine, still throwing on first and 10. Good tackle on Williams. He stopped after a gain of 7. Curtis Riley on the hit. By the way, the Chiefs have scored in 22 consecutive games in the opening quarter. Oh, so they've got seconds to go to keep that streak alive. And it's a 2nd and 2. And a running play, waiting for it to unfold, and it does for the first down at the Oakland 44. Williams with the carry for 5.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see the adjustment for the Chiefs now with a little more motion and movement before the snap.
That's Maurice Hurst is limping around.
So when you get up and press people and you want to get in their face and make it difficult to get off the line of scrimmage from an offensive side, and Oakland's done a great job of that to start this game. I mean, like you just showed, this is the best first quarter anyone's had against them in, a year and a half. And I genuinely feel like it's their ability to get up and get their hands and be aggressive. And Kansas City, start to motion, get people moving. That'll make it tougher on you.
First quarter comes to an end. Raiders lead at 10-0. First quarter numbers for the quarterbacks. Carr with the touchdown toss to Tyrell Williams. We open the quarter with Kansas City. A new set of downs at the Oakland 44.
And look at how everyone's up in there. The same thing again. 6 guys against 5 rushers. You bring them back in so they can't blitz you.
Here's Mahomes throwing from the dirt. Up top and open! for the touchdown. First play of the quarter to Marcus Robinson. Beats the Raiders secondary for the score.
Well, this is exactly who the Chiefs are. They're waiting to strike for the big play. But here's what you have to understand. The motion gets these guys out of here, so the back, we just talked about before the snap. Well, the problem is everyone else is playing cover zero on the back end. So you're going to see these routes run right down the field. The Raiders think that the blitz is going to break down the protection. The motion doesn't align it so they can break down the protection, and right through the middle of the field, Robinson wide open. Mahomes finds him. Wow.
Tyreek Hill loved it, and didn't Mahomes in our meeting last night tell us that Robinson's going to have a big game?
Yeah, he was exactly right. And how about Andy Reid with that play design coming out right there? I mean, he's as good as any offensive coach ever, in my opinion, at this point. He's so special.
Butker adds the point. 10-7 Raiders. Robinson strikes the big one from 44. Back in 30 after this from AARP. So they have their first quarter scoring streak snapped, and how do they react? They score on the first play of the second quarter from 44 yards out.
And he's like, they told me we didn't score in the first quarter, so we wanted
fix
to
this.
just get off to a little bit better start in the second quarter. Yeah, what
Mahomes telling us yesterday about Robinson, how he gets open when Pat has to scramble, and he never gives up on a play. That's what he had to say about Robinson, fourth-year receiver. And another touchback. Saturday, buckle up. What a big day of college football we have on CBS. Doubleheader. First up, Aggies and Auburn collide in College Station. And then later, next Saturday night, yes, Notre Dame and Georgia. Biggest game of the early season coming as the Irish head down to Georgia, head down to Athens in prime time. It all begins with college football today here on CBS. Doubleheader next Saturday on CBS.
Hey, we're good, we're good. Sims is it.
Cutting back up field and picking up a quick 12. Josh Jacobs. One thing that John Gruden was impressed by the rookie, a lot of things, but how he came right back after playing Monday night and carrying it so much, Tony. How he didn't miss a rep on Wednesday, and he thought that made a statement to the team. I'm a rookie, and you know what? I'm coming right back out and not missing anything.
That's a great point, Jim. I mean, that rookies don't do that. Not on Monday night games, and then Wednesday, less than 36 hours later, you're practicing for your team after that many touches.
Renfro with the catch for another 5.
But you know what? That's why they took him. 3 down back, loves football, and boy, he's talented. And you can see it right now behind a big offensive line who's going to only get better. They're missing 2 starters right now, and they're still controlling the line of scrimmage now, in my opinion, through a game and a quarter at this point in the season.
They'll have Richie Incognito, who's suspended the first 2 games. He'll be back next week against Minnesota. And Gabe Jackson also down with a knee. And he'll be back in the coming weeks.
180.
But it's a big, powerful presence, that offensive line. And running behind it again. Jacobs not this time as they swing him down.
Josh Jacobs.
That's Passanio with a tackle and a loss of 1.
Well, Passanio, you're going to see on the backside right here, he's just dropping, but he does a great job with the pressure from the other side of the field of just maintaining. When you can't see, he couldn't see right there. You just have to be like, stay committed to this is your gap. Don't move. It's coming back to you. And he did.
3rd down and 6 from the 40.
Oh, false start, I think.
Yes, against Oakland. It'll take him back 5.
False start. Offense, number 13. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
John Gruden now will have to draw up a 3rd and 11 play. And that other side, Steve Spagnuolo, you know him well from going against him in the NFC East. Now the new defensive coordinator with Kansas City.
Yeah, and this is exactly when he dials stuff up. He tries to break your protection down. He wants to get in looks that he knows what, okay, you're blocking here, you're doing this, I'm coming after you right here. Now in this specific case, it's 3rd and long. Wouldn't expect much.
Carr running around, buying time, taking off, got a chance to get the marker, flies for it. Fumbled it out of bounds. They're going to mark him a yard short. What an effort.
Oh, this is incredible. So it's just a 4-man rush. Carr does a great job escaping. And Dwayne Harris is blocking really all the way to the end. And Derek Carr tries to leap. And almost leaps.
Yeah, he's trying to stretch the ball out as far as he could near the first down yardage. He lost the handle of it, but
I can't tell if that angle, I was trying to see if he got it.
it's close. It is really close. It is hard to tell.
That's pretty athletic right there.
Needed to get to the 47.
Well, last week he used his legs, and it really helped him, I thought, in 2 instances. That's got a chance, Jim.
Really close. They marked him initially at the 46, a yard short. So that's the angle that gives you the best down the line. But at what point did the ball start to slip out? When did it?
That's got a little Jordan from the free throw line, right? I mean, just without the just without the extra height that kind of Michael probably had, but
no dunking here. But yeah, it looks like a logo, doesn't it?
fully outstretched.
Yeah. Let's bring in Gene Steratore. What did you see, Gene?
Hold on.
This is really unique.
Hold on,
This
Gene.
is
After review, the runner has been marked down short of the line to gain. Although he fumbled the ball hit out of bounds before it was recovered. It's 4th down to Oakland.
Okay, Gene, go ahead.
And that is exactly what I was going to say. Look, he fumbles the football airborne. So basically you have a fumble forward out of bounds. By rule, you come back to the spot of the fumble, which I would think would be where he left the ground maybe. I guess that's up for discussion. I need to get deeper in the book, but he's airborne. Now he fumbles the football out of bounds. You would take it backward and bring it back to the spot of the fumble to place the ball. So, as I said, where does that spot occur? Is it where he leaves the ground? And I have to be humble enough to tell you I'm not really sure on this one.
Wow, they got you.
Yeah, they did. And you probably couldn't even jump that high, so you got to give him credit for that at
Don't
least.
shortchange Gene. I know better. Look at this. Thomas fields it at the 3. They got a marker right in the area. It didn't look like the ball came out just as he left his feet. It
was later.
It was definitely later.
Yeah, it was later. I do think it's really difficult to say he got that first down, though.
Yeah, you couldn't tell.
I agreed. Without knowing it, I think he was short. You know, if you're a Raider fan, you don't like that, but a Chiefs fan, you love it. I think it's a great effort. Just wasn't 100%.
That punt of 51 yards by rookie A.J. Cole out of North Carolina State. Another first-year player contributing here.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 41. The penalty will be enforced half the distance to the goal. First down, timeout.
Take the Chiefs inside the 10. Winchester, the long snapper, flagged for that. You look at images from the Raiders and Chiefs' recent community volunteer work. The NFL encouraging fans to join players, teams, and the NFL family in a year-long volunteer initiative called Huddle for 100. Choose a cause, volunteer 100 minutes of your time, and help shape what your community will look like the next 100 years. Visit NFL.com/Huddle for 100 to track your minutes and get rewarded. That pass incomplete, but you've got another flag.
Well, as we know, they're going to play physical at the line of scrimmage, Oakland. When they didn't, they got beat for a touchdown.
That ball was tipped, by the way, at the line of scrimmage, which might pick up the flag.
There is no foul on the play as the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Well done,
Second down.
Jim Nantz showing off now.
These old eyes.
Now they're young eyes. Look at that, right? You're exactly right.
Jonathan Hankins. Got the Chiefs backed up against the black hole.
Yeah, I think they can get loud in there. Let's see if they line up and play him tight man again and just keep risking these plays over and over.
2nd and 10. Robs it and is pulled down. That's Watkins. His first catch today. And it goes for a big first down to get him out of that jam. 15 for Watkins, coming off a 9 for 198 and 3 touchdowns.
Well, and on the outside, this is exactly, if you're going to get up and play press man, which I think is the only way to handle the Chiefs, Mahomes just needs to line up and throw back shoulders, throw it down the field and be like, you want to keep doing that? We're going to take it down the field and you're going to have to keep defending us deep because they're playing, they're making you throw low percentage throws. Problem is Mahomes can throw it and Watkins looks like a different player, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's healthy now for the first time really of his pro career. Here's Mahomes. Couple of fakes and down the field, incomplete. Heading it toward Damian Williams. You mentioned Watkins. He has been something else since OTAs. Take a look at this.
Well, you see these cool plays, right? Well, look at the 6 guys up in the line. We motion. Everyone get out. You can't communicate. You can't tell the secondary what to do in 1 second after the motion. So the linebackers, the D-line, and the secondary don't get communicated. That was the big touchdown. Kansas City just tried it again right there. And Oakland did a good job of adjusting. Andy Reid always coming up with something new.
2nd and 10. They go ground. And McCoy flashing some quick moves to pick up about 5, maybe 6. No, give him 7, they say. So Riley on the tackle. They'll set up 3rd and about 3. McCoy played his first 4 years in the league for Andy Reid in Philadelphia. Thrilled to be reunited with his original coach.
And he played well last week.
Yes, he did. Big time.
10 carries, 81 yards. They said, just
11 touches on the game, and 7 of them went for first downs. Timeout called by the Raiders. You saw Vontaze Burfict aggravated and upset. The Raiders got caught for a moment. Timeout.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Verizon, the network more people rely on. Papa John's. Get a large meats or works pizza now at papajohns.com. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
It's raucous in Raiderland. Kansas City 3rd and 4. Got movement on the line, and they stop it. Was there a twitch on the offensive line, or did the Raider defender jump across first?
That's a tough call, but you see the motion right before the snaps. It just makes it a little uncomfortable when people got to communicate on the fly. Big call coming up right here.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 96. 5-yard penalty does result in a first down.
Called on Clelin Ferrell for a first down for the Chiefs.
Well, you'll see Ferrell right there. The running back's going to motion. Ferrell, he was looking right at the feet of the running back, and that just kind of makes you feel like the snap happens, even though it's just a motion. But really, Ferrell's been playing pretty good. Got to give him a break once in a while as a rookie.
3rd penalty on the Raider defense. Gives the Chiefs a new set of downs. Mahomes steps up in the pocket. And once again, he was able to find his tight end, Kelce, who appeared to be a little shaken up at the end of the first quarter, but he's back out with his 2nd catch of the game.
But, look, he's going against the corner in Conley, and this is why you got to get your hands up on him. If Kelce gets off the line of scrimmage, he's just too dynamic. This is the guy now that you're watching. If you're a tight end, in high school or college, you're looking at him and how he's running the routes and the way he moves. He's big, he's fast, and just uses his body really well.
Blake Bell comes in for Kelce on this play. First down, Mahomes knocked down, incomplete. Perfect. Talk about a guy born to be a Raider, you would think. Vontaze Burfict, the former Bengal, reunited with his old coordinator back in Cincinnati. Now here, Paul Guenther.
Well, look at that. Just a great break on the ball. He's perfect for this system. And when I say that,
perfect
system,
perfect?
Perfect is perfect. And it's because in this system, they went and got him and Joyner. He knows football. He is a quarterback on the defense. And really, you can't have, this style of defense at the highest level. You see him right here telling everyone what to do on defense, and it makes everyone's job easy.
They go ground on 2nd and 10. Raiders stuff it for no gain as Burfict in on another play. Back-to-back plays going against this Kansas City offense once again without Tyreek Hill, out with that dislocated shoulder, the clavicle injury that'll have him out for more than a month.
Yeah, and look, the Chiefs, it's a little bit different today, right? When Tyreek Hill's not out on that football field, this is a dynamic offense no matter what. But that guy is a game wrecker. If you're one-on-one and you're pressuring, it's like 50% he might score a touchdown.
Conley is back out for the Raiders.
And without him up there, you feel really comfortable getting everyone right up tight man-to-man coverage at the line.
Here's a 3rd and 9. Wide open across the middle for the first. And that's Sammy Watkins. We were talking about Watkins in the finest shape of his career. He had a foot injury. Of course, drafted 4th overall by Buffalo back in 2014. And was almost never going to be able to get his way out of it. But he's healthy now.
Yeah, he is. And, I mean, look at this. No, it's not even his route. This is exactly what you should do. He's got a deep route, but he's like, no one's on me. Patrick, no one's on me.
Yeah.
Just a busted coverage. I'm right here. And he does a good job finding the soft spot. And you're right. I mean, it's really a cool story. 4th pick of the draft. Started the whole Clemson reign, I feel like. The turnaround there that just...
Along with Hopkins, I mean, set that up as like a wide receiver U. And now, 1st and 10. It's back to Robinson. You're talking about Watkins, though. He went to the Rams for a short while and then on to Kansas City. He trusted the training staff in KC, and the most recent thing that was really holding him back were his hips. He says hips were just too tight and locked up. All derivative, if you will, from the foot injuries that he battled through for the first 5 years. But all of that is erased, and now we're seeing the guy that was drafted on all that potential by the Bills long ago.
You're exactly right. And, you know, for him, here's another part. He came here and you watched Tyreek Hill and you want that success. You came here and you watched you want that success. You start to change sometimes and you want that. You got to go put in that work and do that stuff, and he has.
That's McCoy. Stopped for a loss of 4. Whitehead on him instantly.
And this is a byproduct of everyone playing tight across the board. These plays work well every week. These screens, because people are soft, they're scared, they back up. The Raiders are coming downhill. They're saying, I'm coming to guard you. Throw it over our head. Throw it over our head.
Well, they've converted on a 3rd and 4 off of a defensive penalty, and then 3rd and 9 they completed one to Watkins to extend the drive, a drive that began back at the 5. Can they convert again? 3rd and 7, coming after Mahomes, who flings it, and Kelce, he was well past the first down marker and then got pushed laterally, but still has it up for the first in the end.
I mean, just, this is 2 players that are just really, really good football players. This is, watch Mahomes. Oh, pressure, I got to roll out right. And Kelce, oh, I got to get out quickly because I felt pressure. So let me cut my route a little short and break out so Patrick has a place to throw. But I got to get to the stick, so I'm going to go 1 inch past him. I mean, just that's so high-level football on the part of the quarterback and the tight end there. Really cool.
Wrestling with Darryl Worley for that first down yardage. And Mahomes did one of those improvisational throws, flinging it a little bit sidearm. And he's going to go up top again on 1st down. Down the sideline to the end zone. And it's incomplete. And that was Blake Bell, the backup tight end, near the goal line.
You know, it's an out and up. And you see when you put a Blake Bell, the backup, you know, tight end in the game, you're like, okay, he's just going to run a route. It's a Patriots special, I call it. Hey, let's put a fullback out there against a corner. You'll never throw him the ball. So the corner's dying to go make the interception on a 5-yard hitch route. Just a stop at 5 yards. So you run a stop and go. And all of a sudden that corner bites, thinking he's got a pick 6. That's good offenses right there.
Mahomes has thrown for 95 yards in this quarter after being kept quiet in the first 15 minutes. Worley is shaken up just one play after he was again fighting for every inch with Kelce on that 3rd down play. Well, he got up and gave us the incomplete signal rather quickly, but then he realized he was hurt.
No, sir. That did not happen. And then he goes, ouch. I mean, you never know. It could be a cramp after that. You can't get out. I mean, something could come up right after. It was good defense on the play, though. And there's the training staff and Riley, and there's Worley.
And Worley heads to the sideline. 2nd and 10. This is a secondary that had so much promise with what they saw out of Jonathan Abram their first-round pick in the secondary, who was injured and season-ending injury, shoulder injury suffered against the Broncos. Boy, he's going to be special. You can tell by just one game. There's a lot of buzz around the league about his performance.
Team him up with Joyner. Yeah, Worley, Mullen, Conley. This team's growing.
2nd and 10. They get to Mahomes. He got it away in time and over the head of everyone. That was all forced by Max Crosby, who had gotten called for a roughing penalty in the first quarter, but this time he affected that throw for sure. Another one of these draft picks is looking like a part of the future foundation.
Yeah, it's just the pressure. It's going up and then come back under. Crosby right there. And great job by his arm not extending it into Mahomes' face mask there. That's the tendency, is to get your hand right in there, and then all of a sudden you get a hand in the face mask penalty or something. Smart right there. Great effort.
Worley is back in, set out one play. They've converted 3 times on 3rd down. Can they do it a 4th? 3rd down and 10. Mahomes steps up, fires. What a catch! Double collision, no problem for Robinson. And he sets up the Chiefs in a goal-to-go situation.
I mean, that play by Mahomes, right? He slides up. I mean, the #1 rule.
Holding. Offense. Number 62. 10-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Austin Ryder will negate with that penalty call against him. A fine play by Mahomes and Robinson.
Well, like I said, the #1 rule is don't hold on big plays when I make it. But you see there's 62 Ryder. And when he climbs up right there, I don't know about that one. And look at that throw. Oh, my goodness, that's incredible. All the way back across the field.
Went for 23.
I didn't love that call, did you?
That was taken off the books. Now they're out of field goal range with that flag. 3rd and 20.
This is interesting because you just need about 5-7 yards to feel comfortable. But with this team, they're explosive.
Hey, going deep again. There's Hardman, and the rookie has his first NFL touchdown.
Nobody just throws touchdowns
on 3rd and 20, by the way.
On 3rd and 20, when you know it's 3rd and 20, it's just going to go boom, boom, and you see they get caught. They got to get back. We got to get out of there. They're too explosive, and you got a quarterback with too big of an arm, and Riley just lets the receiver, Hardman, go right up on his toes. At that point, it's over, and it's just a jump shot for Mahomes at that point. 3rd and 20, it's just like a free throw.
That's all it is.
Wow, that's impressive. Let's just say that's teams don't do that.
It's a 95-yard drive. They had a 99-yard touchdown drive against the Raiders last year in one of the 2 games. But Mecole Hardman, he has his first touchdown, filling in for Tyreek Hill. Taken in the 2nd round, the speedster takes it home. Raiders couldn't stop the Chiefs on 3rd down, even 3rd and 20.
Yeah, that drive, you saw 4 3rd downs. First one, just a false start or an offside, and then the second one, busted coverage. 3rd one, 2 of the best players in the NFL, just making a play. That gets called back. So all we do is throw it past everybody into the end zone over the top. And there's Hardman with that was a great route. I mean,
Well, when we talked to Andy Reid about Hardman, expecting him to maybe make his presence felt here today, he was effusive about how talented and how real smart the rookie is. And he said he's good on these strike routes, which you just saw. And he's got some tremendous straight line speed, which we also witnessed. Here's Harris, who had a 72-yard kick return against the Broncos on Monday night, your former teammate. He gets it out near the 30. Coming up, the Verizon halftime report. JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, Coach Cowher, all the latest scores and highlights coming up on the Verizon halftime report. Seattle winning at Pittsburgh today. Seahawks 2-0, and Roethlisberger hurt in that game as the Steelers fall to 0-2. Chargers traveled to Detroit and lost to the Lions 13-10.
Hey, Ryan, we good? Yep, we're good. Monday. Hey, we're on, we're good. Monday.
5:44 to go in the first half. All Raiders in the first quarter, all Chiefs in the second. And the full gallop. That's Darren Waller, the tight end. Comes off a 7-catch performance. Gets his first catch in this one, and it goes for 16.
And sneaks all the way across the field. And last week, kind of came out of nowhere and had a big game. And you watch him, you see him on the practice field. This guy's good. I mean, he's fast, he's explosive, and we got a record, Jim.
Yes,
take it over.
Yes, we do. We have now the Raider career record holder for passing yards, passing Ken Stabler, over 19,000 yards. My first NFL game I ever called moons ago, Ken Stabler. Great guy.
You're kidding.
Beloved around here, the Snake.
That makes me think of like Card, like he's a veteran now, you know? It's like
Just 6 years.
He even talked about that with his team.
Can we take 2 yards off his total?
He now does not
By
have
the way,
the record.
Stabler is the career record holder.
You wanted to get Kenny in there, so Kenny's back to being the record holder. Without playing it down, Kenny has set the record now for the Raiders. It's impressive. I mean, a couple of great quarterbacks. And you're talking to Carr, he talks about it. He's a veteran now on this team. You know, talking to him, you know, just, you know, he has reverence, you know, for Kenny Stabler and what he meant to, you know, this franchise. And he says, you know, that record would mean a lot to him.
2nd and 12. That was play action that took a while to unfold and now chased for the throwaway. 3rd and 12 coming up.
Well, and this is just a play that the Chiefs cover everybody. Renfro right there. See Williams. Covered. You can't see everyone in the screen, but everyone's covered, trust me. It's a zone on one side, man on another, and here we go, 3rd and 12.
Spags ready to bring it, maybe.
He hasn't pressured a ton in this. He's trying to see what they're doing, but I expect him to come with one guy covering the back on this one.
Let's see what, a little jumpy.
False start. Offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Yeah, and that's a killer, because 3rd and 12, you have a chance to go up 12 yards. 3rd and 17, now they're going to play soft, get out of there most likely. The only team that just throws touchdowns are the Chiefs on those type of plays.
3rd and 20.
But that's a tough one, especially at home.
It's their 3rd pre-snap penalty. And they need the 17. Back over to Waller. And he's going to run into the Chiefs short of the first down by a good 5 yards.
Yeah, and you get the first down on that same play call, though, if it's 3rd and 12. And
Spagnuolo, who came into the league in Philadelphia, was first hired by Andy Reid. They had a common bond and a friendship with Bob Stoll, the former UTEP and Missouri head coach, and it helped bring those two together. Hey, Jay Cole, we're at the complex on Friday at the facility, and then all of a sudden we got word that he had a foot injury. So he's a little questionable coming in, but his first punt traveled some 50 yards. This one to the 9. Thomas. And another flag on special teams against Kansas City. 41-yard boot, which is what they were looking for at the 10, as Harris is being consoled by a member of the Kansas City crew. Vital part of the Raiders special teams, who had a phenomenal year last year returning punts. Harris, since the merger back in 1970, he had the franchise record with a 14-yard punt return average, including a 99-yard punt return.
Illegal block in the back. Receiving team, number 44. The penalty will be enforced half the distance to the goal line. It's first down.
And you threw it to him a few times back in the Dallas days.
I did. He was kind of a utility. He could do everything. In other words, you put him inside, you put him outside, and he was a great blocker. He was a great teammate, played great at special teams, tough, physical. You know, I felt like he knew every position, which is really invaluable when someone goes out randomly because you can only dress so many guys. But he's the epitome of what I'd say a football player. He's a football player. Very tough, physical, especially for wide receivers.
You know, you used him more as a wideout than the Giants did. His next stop before he came out to the Raiders. He's been a special teams star, really. Has kept him in the league this long, and
I hope he's okay here because looks like he's hurting a little bit right there, obviously.
Rod Martin on the left, Kyle Wilbur with the helmet on, helping him to the Raider sideline. So now with 3.5 to go, the Chiefs are going to start at the 6 this possession.
This is a huge drive. I mean, every drive's big in the NFL. There's only so many, but right now you've played well, Oakland. You're in this position where you're down 4, but you had a great first quarter. This team is dynamic. They can score quick against anybody. You get one stop here, even if you don't score. I still love the way this first half went. They go down and score a touchdown right here. Then you're thinking the game can get out of hand in a hurry.
Quick contact and a 2-yard loss as the Raiders busted across and Carl Joseph made the tackle. Well, they just went 95 yards. And now they're 96 yards away after that 2-yard loss. The carry by Damian Williams. Raiders have one timeout. Remember that if they want to do anything here defensively, to stick them back, pin them against the black hole and have a chance to leave some time for them to do some business. Chiefs have 2.
Yeah, see, I want people up on the line of scrimmage. The zone stuff is what's hurting them right now, and you let these guys run off the ball, they're dangerous.
There's the pass to an open receiver. That's Damian Williams coming out of the backfield. And that quickly, they're up to the 37.
Well, they do a great job. Andy Reid isolates the linebacker. Watch the running back on your right. I'm going to run a little route to the flat. Nope, up the field. Mahomes with perfect touch. And Whitehead, just, you don't see that route. I mean, no one else runs these type of routes. It's an Andy Reid special right there. He probably put in. And it gets him out of the hole now.
He picks up 32 yards. Now on 1st and 10. Another deep ball. Open again is Robinson. Bringing it down at the 20. 3 deep balls in the quarter. 2 of them have gone for touchdowns. And this one goes for 43 and sets them up at the 20. At the 2-minute warning. Mahomes having a huge second quarter, and the Chiefs are driving again.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by AARP, Real Possibilities, and by Bud Light, reminding you to keep it crisp responsibly.
Last week, we mentioned it, Mahomes had the most first quarter passing yards in a game in 15 years in the league, 211. He's got 212 yards in the second quarter today.
Is that a lot of yards in a quarter?
It's not bad. And more likely on the way.
Pretty sure I averaged that for a game. It's incredible.
Hands it off this time to McCoy. And he's pushed out after 3. McCoy, after his first game as a Chief last week, talking about the Kansas City offense, says that's not normal. That was his quote. He's right.
He's dead right. I mean, just this. The thing is, when you go against these guys, they have so many weapons and so much. But Andy Reid, his ability to just dial up these incredibly cool, really unique plays that you just don't see, and all of a sudden, that's why I keep saying, if they run free off the line of scrimmage, now Andy Reid gets to be Andy Reid, and that's with Patrick Mahomes pulling the trigger.
There's Mahomes coming back to the left side to Williams. One wiggle, but a flag is down. And he's tackled at the 14. Picked up 3, but the flag is back in the area where he caught it. And there was a block thrown.
Yeah. It's going to be close, but I think possibly Cameron Irving.
We got rookie Cleveland Ferrell down.
I think Cameron Irving may have blocked in the back there. We were saying just that it's going to be tough, though.
He furled to his feet. They say he plays like an 8-year veteran. That's what Paul Gunther said about his rookie, who they were so high on. They knew they needed to do something on the outside on that defensive front.
You see Irvin right there pushing him behind. Especially if it's near the point where the throw is, it's going to be hard to pick that one up. Right by the ball carrier.
Illegal block in the back. Offense, number 75. 10-yard penalty. Replay second down. Correction, Kansas City, number 75. By rule, when there's an injury inside 2 minutes, Oakland will be charged their third and final timeout of the half.
Well, should they be charged on a penalty? You see Furl there just getting involved in the physicalness of the game.
Take the football back to the 27.
Oakland injury produces the timeout, so Oakland's out of timeouts now. Kansas City, I would still have a safe, I'd still run something that runs the clock here if you want to make sure Oakland has no chance to get points.
Got one-on-one down here for Kelce, and he holds on. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Well, that's Kelce one-on-one, press man. Hey, Kansas City, just throw it over the top. And Oakland has been daring them. Their big plays have come versus softer coverage, but right here, Carl Joseph getting up on him, and you see just the quickness and the size, and then the ability to come down with that. And Jim, to come down with that in the dirt. Maybe the last touchdown in the dirt here.
It could. Well,
trying to come up with some of the cool stuff you like.
Yeah, everybody's been saying all week it's going to be the last game ever played on the dirt because the Raiders don't have a game here in this stadium again until November the 3rd. Their next home game is in the UK. They got a brutal stretch coming up before they're back here for a game against the Lions. Long ways away, and that infield will be covered up. But Mahomes has a 7th straight road game, 7 straight road games with at least 3 touchdown passes. I mean, some of these things he puts up, some of these numbers and stats, it's Star Wars numbers.
I mean, I'm like, well, maybe they should run the ball here because then that way the Raiders don't have it. They're like, no, we're just going to throw to the end zone and keep doing it and score touchdowns. And you know what? Go ahead and make the call, Jim and Tony, because we're just going to do it like 4 times in a quarter.
So what was the difference between the first quarter and that Raider defense and the way they held Mahomes to like 35 yards passing in the first 15 minutes, and now he's somewhere up close to 240 yards in the second quarter alone?
The adjustment of Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. As soon as they see what you're doing, and this is what the best coaches and players in the NFL do, they see what you're doing and they just start to analyze it, and then they adjust. And then your job then is to adjust. And, you know, it's just a game of that, and that's why you see like a New England, you know. You may get them for a little bit, but they have enough history in football to know that. And look at that.
Longest streak of all time. By the way, Dwayne Harris shaken up a short while ago. He was back out there. Of course, they kicked it right over his head, but that's good to see. Harris was in position to return it. Should the kick have come up a little shorter than that? Don't forget, by the way, the Chiefs deferred at the top, so they'll receive the third quarter kick. And before that, though, we head to the studio in New York for the Verizon Halftime Report. You can see JB and all the crew ready to go and take you through the 1 o'clock games and update you on the late afternoon games as well. Richard is flanking the quarterback with 1:41 to go. And Carr is sacked for the first time this year. Chris Jones got to him. He was not sacked at all last week on Monday night against Denver after being sacked 51 times last year, third most.
Wow, that's Chris Jones is one of the most dominant interior defenders in the NFL, and he's going to do this once, twice a game. Now we're in a tough spot. Oakland.
Oh, the ball fumbled, and it still ends up in Richard's hands.
If you're Kansas City, you got to take a timeout here.
Like right now, you got 2. And there's a whistle. That could have been a disaster.
And it's a screen pass, and you're trying to be smart with Oakland. You're like, let's try and get some yards back, run the clock for sure so they can't score again.
Timeout.
And like you said, that
Kansas
could have
City,
been.
their second. It's 30-second timeout.
If Kansas City gets any more points this half, you're going to have to look up more records, I feel like.
Don't kidding. 21 points in the quarter. None for the Raiders after the Raiders blanked them 10-0 in the first 15 minutes. So now it's 3rd and 22, and you still got a minute and 3 seconds to go. They added some time.
You have to trust your defense here. I mean, I get it. You can take a shot downfield, you protect it up, take a look, or you just run the football here. But it's just not a percentage play to do anything other than run it.
They're going to run it with Richard stuffed again. Get the Chiefs to take the last time out. Total yards in this quarter.
Kansas City takes their 3rd and final time out of the half.
248 to 41.
I mean, it's the Golden State Warriors. I've used this reference before, but it's just a matter. You're playing good. You're playing good. You know, for years there, it was like, oh, they just hit 6 3-pointers in a row. That's 18 to 4 run real quick, and it's like now you're in trouble the rest of the game. And this Chiefs team is that explosive. It just, even without Hill, I mean, look at this. It's a machine.
Here's Cole. Short punt. Thomas able to shake off the tackle. And it's going to be a short field for Kansas City. Just inside 50 seconds to go. And a little dust up after it all was brought down. Andy Reid, who has all kinds of ties to the area, including his first full-time gig in head coaching, or in coaching, not head coaching. He was an offensive coordinator at San Francisco State. Goes on as an assistant at Green Bay, where he was with John Gruden on the staff for Mike Holmgren. And now as a head coach, 208 wins by Andy.
He's as underrated, maybe a coach in, that I can remember. I mean, really, if this guy wins a Super Bowl, he's right there at the top. I mean, he's been so good for so long. It just, he needs that one Super Bowl to kind of get that. And they're going to take it. Jim, they're going to be aggressive here. I mean, I keep saying you should do this. They're just going to keep throwing it down the field.
Can't stop the clock. But plenty of time, and they've got another one-on-one for Robinson! And he makes the catch. What an effort! Incredible performance by DeMarcus Robinson. Took one play to beat him deep again. Absolutely torching the Raiders secondary.
It's hard to say like the Raiders did much wrong there, but Connolly, tight coverage, it's just the throw. Watch this little bottom screen. I'm going in. Nope. Going over the top, and he gets that half a step. And Robinson, being the big guy he is, when Mahomes throws that, it just hits him in the shoulder pad right above Connolly's head. I mean, this is, wow, what we're watching right here is just, that's right in your kitchen right there at home.
A 4th touchdown pass of the quarter by Mahomes, 2 of them to Robinson.
Do you want to do the yards in this quarter again? Because I think we just added another 70 or 80 after last time.
It's close to 280 now. His last 5 completions, ready for this, have all gone for over 30 yards.
The last 5?
Last 5 completions.
Well, the Chiefs are playing Madden, and the rest of us are watching the NFL.
Look at DeMarcus Robinson, by the way.
That's a busted coverage, so that happens against these guys with all the stuff they do. That's a great route and a great throw. Play design, this one right here, great throw, great player making a play, and then this one's the same way, great throw, player making tough contested catch. Oh, Mahomes' ankle's hurt again.
He just launched another 3.
He's still playing basketball.
Yep. Here just steps away from Steph Curry and the Warriors' home arena.
That's exactly.
Of course, they're moving next year across the bay to The new place, beautiful place being constructed in San Francisco. But Mahomes 278 in the quarter. Patrick, who will turn 24 on Tuesday, having a little birthday celebration early.
It's bad for the Raiders, but it's great for the league and the Chiefs to have a quarterback with this kind of talent, with this ability, and that, you know, you want to root for. I mean, we've met him. We like him. He's a
great young man.
A really good young man, and you know that's coming from a very old man like myself. So it's just fun to see good quarterback play.
There's a completion to Williams. Stops the clock going out of bounds, but picks up only about 6. What a flip of the script.
Well, you see right now, no team would be trying to pass the ball with 40 seconds coming out your own 25, but you're down 28-10. I mean, we need every possession we can have, and now you're just like, we got to be aggressive right here.
2nd and 4. 30 seconds to go. That's Richard. Did he? Incomplete. He did not have both feet down.
And I agree with Carr there. You got one job. It's not to run out of bounds. You don't run. There's a wall. It's right there. You slow down as you're getting out there.
Yeah, but catch it inbounds too would be nice.
Well, yeah, you can't run out before the ball gets there.
Look at the second quarter total yards, almost 300 yards in the quarter by the Chiefs.
180. What's up?
And that's good for a first down to Washington. So this takes the game plan, you know, off the table. A guy like Josh Jacobs, you want to ride and get the rookie going?
You can't. I mean, at this point, the whole plan, you see Jones right there, just run right to the quarterback. And this is why you can't, Oakland's one thing they can't do is just turn it into a drop back game. Problem now is the rest of the game needs to be turned into a drop back game to try and get back in the game. So, worst case scenario for Oakland right now if they don't get points on this drive.
Carr's pass, incomplete. That was Ward on the coverage, intended for Ryan Grant. Carr knows he's going to be seeing a lot of pressure the rest of this game.
2nd and 10.
He's been sacked once in this quarter. Did not get sacked on Monday night, and that meant his wife Heather brought baked cookies, and Derek brought him in for the offensive line. It's something he's done through his career. They get chocolate chip cookies if they've not sacked. But he's been sacked today. No cookies tomorrow. And no cookies for you.
No cookies for you.
2nd and 10. And getting out of bounds is Waller.
That's a great play.
Got it to the 48.
So you got 14 seconds. You could throw something very quickly inside here and kick a field goal, but I don't think they have enough room. To me, you're playing sideline defense if you're the Chiefs. They should have 3 guys up on the side up top.
They brought in Keelan
and then
Goss.
3 on the bottom. And you don't let them get out of bounds. And Oakland's in that sneaky spot where, and you see it's sideline defense, they have to get out of bounds, or you got to throw quick and down it. Spike it.
Across the middle.
And that's going to end the half.
No chance to get another play. Washington.
No, they're not going to be able to. They're going to be 1 second late.
And that brings the half to a close.
That's why you tell that running back down. As soon as you catch it, you get right to the 40-yard line and go down.
28 points in the quarter, ties the most points ever by the Chiefs in a single quarter. And Mahomes becomes the first Chief ever with 4 touchdown throws in 1 quarter of action. 28-10 Chiefs at halftime. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station. Quite a show. If you're a Chief fan, you saw it in high gear in the second quarter here in Oakland. Let's take a look at the first half highlight presented by DirecTV. You could use any number of highlights here, but we'll showcase the fourth and final touchdown of that quarter. The second one going to Robinson, a laser, as Mahomes has his fourth touchdown pass of the quarter. I mean, if it gets going in gear like that, it looks borderline unstoppable.
Doesn't look like the NFL. I mean, it looks like you're watching a college team sometime that's just so much more explosive and faster or something. And the reality is, I think Oakland has improved. They're a better football team. It's just Kansas City is that good with that kind of scheme, that system, and that quarterback together. It's just really difficult to hold them, at bay for a long period of time. It's just a matter of time. They're going to do this to everybody at some point in the game. That was just a little bit extreme, but you get one turnover here, you do something. Oakland's still, this game's not over. It's teetering on getting really difficult, to make it a game at the end.
And Kansas City deferred at the top, so getting the football back to start quarter number 3. That's one of the best quarters I've ever seen by an offense.
Well, you've only done a couple games.
I saw Brady one time throw 5 second quarter touchdowns in the snow against Tennessee back in 2009. They went on, won that game 59-0. You can see why I don't forget it.
You've seen a lot. I tell you, I agree.
You have to say, though, watched a lot of football. Played a little bit, too.
By the end, there was no analysis. It was just, I think they're going to throw it deep for a touchdown, Jim. And they did.
Oh, I just got a little nugget handed to me that ties it to that Titan game in 09. Here's Thomas on the run back. Tackled down at the 23. Mahomes, the third player ever with 4 touchdown passes of 25-plus yards in one quarter. Norm Van Brocklin and Tom Brady, 2009 against Tennessee.
Norm Van Brocklin did it in 09 too, huh? That's incredible.
Yeah. Tracy, down to you.
Well, thanks a lot, Jim. I had a chance to speak with John Gruden coming out of the half. He just shook his head. He said, we let them out of jail way too many times. They were in bad field position, and Patrick Mahomes just converted with the big plays. Give credit to them. He said, we're running on fumes right now, but we're the same team that started 10-0. We got to get back to that.
That means their defense has to make some stops. They forced Colquitt to punt 2 times in the first quarter, and then no stopping them after that.
Well, I at least like the fact they're still playing up tight right now and getting up on these guys. That's your only chance at this point. You just got to generate more pressure, though, when you do it.
We go right back to that same combo again. Robinson, one-on-one, unstoppable. Keyshawn Nixon, rookie out of South Carolina, this time was the one who was beat.
And this is, you see the size. The throws are so perfect. It's like great offense beats great defense in the NBA. It's the same at the wide receiver and quarterback position. If you throw a ball in a perfect spot and the defender's not looking at you, you're going to win. It's just really hard to make these throws. Patrick Mahomes are making these throws on the sideline look like he's throwing a flat route. That's not normal.
There's the give to Williams, slung down after 4. That's now 6 straight completions for Mahomes that have gone for at least 25 yards.
Well, Kansas City needed to throw the ball over the top. They changed and did that in the second half. The adjustments for the Raiders, stay with the tight coverage, but we've got to eliminate Mahomes from sliding and moving in the pocket and taking a shot down the field. On offense, it's time. You want to run the ball? Fine, but we need to throw the ball down the field on play action multiple times each drive. You got to get a pass interference. You got to get 1 or 2 big plays, each drive to have a chance.
Here's 2nd and 6, and Williams was able to get away from his defender, but the pass not in perfect sync that time, intended for Williams.
Well, and that was pressure. That's what I said. You get up and you play a man, but you create pressure, so Mahomes has to throw it right away. If they want to keep throwing the back shoulder right away, you just got to live with it and accept he's going to make a difficult throw every time. And that's exactly what Oakland needed to do there.
3rd and 6. That's a situation the Chiefs have relished today. 3rd down.
Now you see right here, perfect. That back is his guy.
And there is that guy. It's Williams, and perfect. Great call, Tony. Not able to get there in time. 1st down, Kansas City.
And you see he's lined up there, and he's got to sprint 30 yards all the way across the field and run. You just don't see that every week. And he's trying. I mean, he's doing a great job. The problem is that guy, he's fast. That throws perfectly on time. He's full speed. You got to run through other players. There's a chip guy that's trying to hit you for a wide receiver. Andy Reid special there.
So perfect in his 8th season after all those years of, well, a lot of turmoil, a lot of fines in Cincinnati. Made a lot of plays, but he collided with someone on that Kansas City sideline. Appeared to be fine as he dove for Williams, and right here, oh, his ankle takes a wicked turn. Be right back.
Welcome back to Oakland. It is with such sadness that we at CBS had to enter this season without our longtime sideline cameraman, John Pavlovich. Pavs passed away in June at the age of 60. He was a constant down here on the sidelines with me. I will never forget his smile pregame, his fist pumps postgame, most recently after Super Bowl 53. No one was more well respected on the crew than Pavs. He will be missed.
So true, Tracy. Incredible teammate. And he loved NFL Sundays as much as anyone. And I'm talking anyone. Player, coach, broadcaster. Anyone is a part of this league I've ever known. And he is very much missed.
Touched a lot of lives here at CBS.
Here's Mahomes on first down. Getting the feet planted and going deep again. And throws it to the back of the end zone. Watkins in the area.
Another home run play design that had him open. But you see the pressure just made Mahomes get rid of it a little earlier. That's Oakland's best bet. They're going to take shots. You got to make Mahomes throw it right before he's ready. And right here, make him let it go before the receiver comes wide open.
He's not been sacked in the game. Again, a patchwork offensive line with Fisher missing a lot of action since the very start of the game. And that has stopped McCoy for a loss of 1.
In a normal game, you have about 10 rushes for 16 yards. Around the halftime point here, you're playing good defense.
The Chiefs last year on their first possession of the second half scored a touchdown 10 times in 16 regular season games. They did it again last week against Jacksonville. That 10 out of 16 again on the first possession of the third quarter is the most in the league since the Raiders 2004. They got a 3rd and 11. They can extend that streak. Oh, Mahomes has Mayowa come in on him quickly. Mayowa made some plays on Monday night.
Just a fantastic job up top. And you see it's a tight end, 81 Bell, trying to block him. And he just runs right around to Mayowa. Just did a great job. He had 2 sacks last week, like you said, and I'm telling you, that's a big-time pickup for them. You know, it doesn't feel like it right now because this game and this team, but that was a big stop. I mean, they can go down and score and make this real interesting quicker than it was, I can tell you that.
Got a flag down at the line of scrimmage. That's the first sack of Mahomes. You saw it in the graphic, 121 pass plays, but the Raiders never sacked him in either game last year. So it had been 10 quarters without a sack against the Raiders as a starter.
Yeah, and their 2 games last year, on 3rd down, Mahomes just really destroyed Oakland. So
you'd say that almost every week, couldn't you?
I was like trying to determine, has he thrown touchdowns on 3rd downs all day today or no?
Seems like it.
But
whenever he's needed it.
Illegal shift. Offense. As not all 11 players were set prior to the snap. Oakland has elected to add the 5-yard penalty onto the end of the play. First down.
So what's going on here is I feel like when coach comes over and you got Kelsey Mahomes, they had 2 tight ends in on that play. When you do that, that says shot play to me. In other words, they can block with the 5 offensive linemen and the 2 tight ends and the running back if they want to. Problem is Kelsey's such a great route runner. He's like a receiver. He can go out in a route now. He could be the guy who's running the home run shot. So it makes it difficult on you in defense.
As we've seen with Kelsey hauling in one of those in that second quarter.
180, what's up?
Open up the handoff here to Jacobs. Slips out of a tackle, and the rookie's taken off. Takes Chiefs with him all the way down to the 30. That's a 51-yard run.
Just a fantastic job. Watch the right guard. You're going to see good. Create this hole, go up, and then boom, push him out. And then Jacobs with that one cut. He's got that strong one cut wiggle, I call it, where he's like almost like a Maurice Jones-Drew back in the day, where he's strong and he's got a low center of gravity. Boy, that got this place energized quickly.
All the way to the Kansas City 30. Again, 51-yard run on their first snap of the quarter. It's the longest play of the game for either team, even though the Chiefs had about, 4 plays in the 40s? That one was in the 50s. So Jacobs, he made a little history last week. I mean, talking about a first game with 100 scrimmage yards, at least, and 2 touchdowns. What a debut. I mean, look at the company.
And they were tough. It was just a grind it out type of style. It wasn't like one big run and then the rest. It was consistent, tough running.
2nd and 6. Up in the air, and getting the first down is Waller.
There he is after the big game last week.
You were saying in practice, we were watching at the facility, it felt like every other play was a pass from Carr to Waller. He loves this new target he has.
He's talented. And it's a great story about him turning his life around and doing a lot of things right, and you're seeing the benefits of that. And I tell you, this is a guy they want to get the ball to.
Monday, son.
5-6 times every game. It's not a game where all of a sudden the matchups are right. You see him lined up right here inside. If you got safeties out wide, he can go right down that middle sometimes.
There you go to him over there near the line of scrimmage. And he's got another 9. And they got a block thrown by Carrier, and that is his 5th catch.
And it's just a pick play. Look at what tight ends. You're going to go up and block for him right here. I mean, you're throwing a tight end as if he's a receiver who can run, right? Most tight ends are running vertical. They might run a flat. They're throwing it to him and letting the receivers block. It's just a fantastic job.
Been very open, as you said, about turning his life around, and Carr told us hearing the story brought tears to his eyes. 2nd and 1. Back to Jacobs. And make it goal to go for Oakland. And another pickup of 6. And bring in Washington and send Jacobs to the sideline for a moment. Foster Morrow, another rookie's come in, number 87, 4th round pick out of LSU.
Monday, son.
1st and goal.
Oh, you see the pressure? He's looking here. He signals outside. And go ahead and throw it.
Pass thrown and right into the arms of Breeland for the interception. He won the battle with Williams. And he's got the end zone pick.
This is tough because I don't think he thought the ball, Williams, it's a running play. And you see how long his eyes take to come back? You can't pick up the ball. It's a physical spot down there, so they're going to allow a lot of touching between the receiver and corners on the goal line. But what a play by Breeland.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by McCafe Premium Roast Coffee. Good is brewing. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by the Home Depot, more saving, more doing.
Miami may be in your future side of the Super Bowl. Look inside the production facility of the Oakland Fortune Cookie Factory, family-run business that opened back in 1957, still making by hands. Here's a 1st and 10. Quick toss to Watkins, and out of bounds at the 5. You know, while we were there, we brought a couple back home, and I just opened this one this morning. This is how you've operated all these years, huh? You went to the old fortune cookie to tell you how to foreshadow all these plays.
Gosh, you got me. You solved the riddle
right there.
You're trying to keep that a secret. The sad part is that's not the truth. Actually, I just asked Nance before the play, and he tells me every time.
And it's a gain of 1. I like the numbers on the fortune cookie more than I do the fortune. Your lucky numbers. And if Andy Reid happened to have a fortune cookie last night, I think his lucky numbers were 15 and 11. Just guessing.
What's 15 and 11?
Mahomes and Robinson.
Oh.
Okay, got it.
You threw Robinson in there. If it was 87, it'd have been easy.
Well, I mean, Robinson's only got 6 for 172 yards.
You're not a real numbers guy.
And a couple of touchdowns. Not really.
You're starting to get a little bit stronger with it, but you got a future in this if you keep that up.
Last week it was Watkins with a career game. Today is Robinson. Here's a 3rd and 5. And there is your 87. Kelce for the 1st down.
Well, I tell you, Raiders just got lucky because that's a running back on a linebacker. And you watch, Whitehead just gets run by 5 or 6 yards. We almost had the longest play of the day if he'd have got outside. But Kelce does a good job going up, and there's that physicalness I say. He just goes up and almost pushes you. If it's 3rd and 6, it's just like run up there, box him out, and throw it.
Kansas City 6 out of 9 on 3rd down. And a couple of them were huge. A touchdown on the 3rd and 20. Here's a 1st down fling. And in the area of Watkins. That was Burfict who was in coverage. Remember, we saw Burfict get shaken up earlier, but he showed some speed here trying to stay with Sammy Watkins.
I mean, it's really impressive. Oh, that looks like it hurts.
I tell you, Burfict's been.
Hang on, don't do it. Oh, boom.
If you just keep him on the field, he's fine. You get him near the sideline, look out.
I mean, that was like he was in an ice skating rink and just going to the side. He's like, I haven't learned how to stop yet. Oh, big play right there by Oakland.
Williams is dropped for a 4-yard loss by P.J. Hall, and we have J.B. Coach Cowher in the studio with an update.
Jim, we actually have a report.
It's the first touchdown of the 4 o'clock games on the other channel. Here we go. It's going to be David Montgomery, 1-yard run, 9-play, 80-yard drive. Vic Fangio scoring again, or getting scored upon against the Chicago Bears. They lead 13-3.
Back to Jim Nance.
All right, so the rookie running back. Thank you, JB and Coach. Rookie running back Montgomery finds the end zone. And it's a 3rd and 14.
Well, you see everyone up now. Here comes some pressure package. It's
bringing them all. Deep pass for Hardman. Watch out. Hardman catches it, stays on his feet, and races to the end zone. His 2nd touchdown of the day. And we got a flag all the way back at the 15.
Oh, I think Oakland might get a break here, but this Mahomes just throwing these balls versus this type of pressure, no one does this. They might get a break though.
Holding, offense, number 25. 10-yard penalty, replay, 3rd down.
Called on LaShawn McCoy. Takes a 74-yard touchdown play away for 72 yards.
Well, you see 25, the running back, he reaches and lunges, and as soon as he gets his head down, he has to hold perfect. And you see that head goes down, and now you got to grab him. And you got to hold on the center too. You got 8 holds on it, but
how about that throw off his back?
I mean,
foot?
honestly, like this is one of those. I think right now Mahomes is in that like zone or something. He's throwing balls off his back for 50 yards downfield and dropping them in a bucket.
To the middle to Kelce. They collide at the 26, and Colquitt will be back out to punt for the 4th time. I was impressed, by the way. It didn't hold up, but Hardman to kind of change his acceleration and make the catch and then shake off the tackle.
I mean, how impressive did he look right there, right?
And then regain that extra gear to escape the man chasing him. Colquitt Richard is back to return. Bounces at the 36, going to get a huge rollout. Going to get 15 yards of rollout for a 52-yard total punt. 28-10. Chiefs with that explosive second quarter. We're back with the Raiders starting at the 21.
Well, you see McCoy go over there to Hardman and be like, that's my bad, bro.
Touch that away from him.
Yeah, and that's when you're like, it's okay.
Yeah.
I still kind of like you now, but it's getting
not okay.
It's teetering our relationship. When you hold and I catch 100-yard touchdowns.
No kidding. As John Gruden, his rookie now, up to 99 yards on the ground on 11 totes. Gruden saying, he got back into football a year ago, came back and said it had to be fun. Wouldn't be fun, I didn't want to be here. And that's not fun when you see Chris Jones knock down your quarterback's pass on 2nd and 2. But you believe there's going to be a lot of fun coming up.
Oh, I think what John Gruden has done has already shifted the culture there. I think he's already started the process of really building this program. And I'm telling you, you can already see it. Just they're not quite there yet. I think you can tell that today. But they're also way improved. And I think the future is bright with the way they're going about this and the people that they've already put on this football team. I mean, they went into the draft with one defensive end. Defensive end.
That was Arden Key.
Yeah, and now, I mean, like him and Mayock together, I mean, it's impressive.
Good things.
It really is.
Yeah, they came in here, inherited a 3-4 defensive scheme, and they were going to go 4-3, but they didn't really have anything on that defensive end.
Yeah, and
the ledger, except as we mentioned, Arden Key. There's Mike Mayock on the right, so that's why they took Furl with that 4th pick overall. They wanted him. Some said that was early, but that's the guy they wanted.
You like someone, you go get him. Take him.
Williams ducks underneath. Nice move. Picks up the 1st. Yeah, I mean, when we sat down in that production meeting, though, John, he was on you a little bit about somebody taking away some of his commercials.
Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to call the hotline, Tony. What's that number again?
It's 1-800-CORONA, Jim. Thank you. They'll appreciate it. Yeah, John's great, and he has such a great mind for football. That's the other part. He's all ball. He's a football coach, and he loves it at his core. And these players,
Kill.
they like it. He's funny to be around. You like him. These guys, these players, they really like him.
First down carry by Washington will go for about 3. When Gruden left after the first time being here and then down to Tampa, where, of course, he won a Super Bowl against the Raiders, there were 10 head coaches in between the time he left the Raiders and came back for a second time.
Yeah, I think
it's counting all the interim coaches, et cetera, but it's their stability, it hasn't been there.
No, I mean, the success is only one season or so. I mean, how many seasons have they had?
They've had one season over 500 in the last 16 years. That was one postseason and no playoff wins. 2nd and 7. Oh, right to Ward. There was no receiver in the area. And they got a flag out. Here is for Carr in his last 13 games. He's been picked off 3 times, and all of them were by Kansas City. No one else has gotten him in those 13 games except the Chiefs. Will this be a 4th?
Well, this is really difficult call for the referees here because Grant's running a slant, and he runs into the guy who's the slot, or it's Matthew, who's guarding the tight end. To me, it's an interception because it's accidental. It's almost like a pick play, but the defender knocks out the receiver. But it's almost like the receiver knocked out Matthew. To me, they almost are going to call a penalty on the offense.
That was the first signal we saw.
but the slant receiver didn't get to run his route.
Pass interference. Offense, number 19. That penalty's been declined. Result of the play is first down, Kansas City. Timeout.
And that's the second interception in the last 4 throws.
And that's Ward, who's covering Grant, 35. But you see, it's accidental contact. Interception.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by AT&T. More for your thing. That's our thing. And by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Push button, get mortgage.
(28-10). Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson here in Oakland. This car has been picked off twice in this quarter. Both times they were actually driving. And the Raiders have not been able to put up points since the first quarter, Tony.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of those receivers, I mean, the last receiver runs into a defender. That's his job. He's got to avoid him and run that slant route, and Derek expects him to be there.
There's Watkins with his 4th catch. Over to Tracy.
Well, Jim, we had a chance to speak with Patrick Mahomes yesterday, and he told us how special it is to be here in Oakland playing on the same field that his father, Patrick Mahomes Sr., pitched on. Mahomes Sr., though, was 0-3. If Mahomes wins this one, he'll be 2-0. But he said he dreamed of playing here. It was as a baseball player, though, not a football player, Jim.
How about that? Now taking the snap from the shortstop position. There is Williams down to about the 35. His father last pitch, by the way, in this stadium on this field. What was it? It was Minnesota against Oakland, and it was on this very date in 1995, September 15th, 1995.
It was on the same date?
September 15th.
That's when he pitched?
Yeah, the last time Pat Sr. pitched here. And this 2 days after that, Patrick was born, Patrick Jr. That's Williams. Yes, Mahomes does the Matador move.
Well, he was like, I want to throw another touchdown. I don't want to go to the sideline. That's a quarterback decision at the final moment. Watch Mahomes. All right, runs away. Oh, you're coming. Follow me. No, don't follow me. Get out of my way.
That's where you start throwing a block, isn't it, back in your day?
That was more of a picket fence run, just don't use me.
2nd down and 8.
You know, we asked him about his dad if he was coming to the game, and
coaching some youth sports.
Yeah, he's
watching though, and that's out of bounds, about a yard short for Thomas. Time's running down on quarter number 3. No points put up by either side in this quarter.
That's when you know your dad loves sports and is competitive, because he's like, I have to coach the Little League team. And Patrick's like, you know, he loves his mom and dad.
All right, we're heading to the 4th. Kansas City 28, Oakland 10. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Final quarter about to get started, with the Chiefs facing 3rd and short. 3rd and 2 at the Oakland 27.
You get 2 running backs in the backfield. They do a lot of misdirection stuff, motion.
Got all kinds of time. Throws on the run, and it's incomplete. Oh, it's going to bring out a flag. It's going to be pass interference against the Raiders. Probably wouldn't have been completed, but LaMarcus Joyner had hold of Sammy Watkins.
Yep, and that's what happens when you get a lot of motion and stuff. You're like, I got to help out.
Pass interference. Defense, number 29. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. It's an automatic first down.
That's a good call, Jim. You had hold of him, wouldn't let go, and a lot of it's because you feel like that running back's coming in. It's a screen. You know, he sees the running back motion, and you're like, okay, I gotta hold him here for the screen. And then he's like,
there's the flag right there.
They threw the one at the end, probably.
So inside handoff, McCoy has not been able to get a lot of yardage going today. That's 6 carries for 8 yards. It's back to New York.
A sustained Rams drive.
Yeah, Todd Gurley's going to go 4 yards out to score the first touchdown in this game for the LA Rams. They're going to take a 13-6 lead. Drew Brees injured his thumb in the first half as he hit his hand on Aaron Donald, and Teddy Bridgewater is in the game.
Back to Jim Nance.
Thanks for that update, guys. We've heard about Brees next week. New Orleans at Seattle is our main national doubleheader game on CBS. 2nd and 11. Mahomes. And there is no marker down. So Roethlisberger got hurt today. The severity of that elbow injury, we don't know. Thumb injury for Brees, 2 of the stars at the position. 2 Super Bowl winning quarterbacks, both hurt today.
Yeah, both those franchises are holding their breath right now because those are obviously 2, season changers for the organizations, and the consistency which Brees played all these years, it's automatic. Roethlisberger's who gives the Steelers a chance every week.
Timeout called by Mahomes.
And now the Steelers are
0-2.
0-2, and Roethlisberger's banged up. I mean,
and the Steelers actually head out this way across the bay, take on the 49ers next week, who had an impressive blowout win at Cincinnati today to go to 2-0.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one.
It's going to be 0-2 Pittsburgh at 2-0 San Francisco. Mason Rudolph took over at quarterback when Roethlisberger went out for the whole second half.
Well, I talked to Andy Reid about quarterbacks earlier, and there
he's coaching from the stands now.
Yeah, he's out there. He does a good job when he gets with the people. And if you notice, though,
that is really good.
I mean, that is outstanding. Come on, give us the script. I know he's got the script. He's got it. There's the script.
Man of the people.
Us. Andy, call a play.
He decided he's going to coach from the black hole.
Who's this imposter?
Yeah, get that guy off the sideline. 3rd and 11, which for the Chiefs feels like 3rd and 2, even though it's 3rd and 11.
Yeah, I mean, it just feels like something lucky has to happen. It's crazy. No one else even think has a chance of getting this.
Got it. Oh, the ball comes out. Are they going to rule it an incomplete pass?
No whistle.
Looks like they're going to call it a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Raiders. Worley has the recovery. Mahomes was able to shake off 1 sack. He's saying, no, that's going to be an incompletion. He's convinced that his arm was moving forward. But that was not the call on the field.
It was a fumble recovered by Oakland. First down.
I think this is really close. I mean, just watching it live, it feels like, I don't know if we're going to be able to slow it down at the moment, but there, let's see if it's going. Oh, might be the Raiders' ball. We have a game.
All right, during the break, they reviewed it. The call stands. Fumble recovered by the Raiders. It was close.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
No kidding. And that, if they give him a yard, Jacob says his first 100-yard performance. Let's go back and look at the Mahomes play. He was hit by Mayowa. It's the arm moving forward.
Another big-time play that's making his presence felt 2 weeks in a row. Mayowa, and look at that ball is coming out right before it goes forward. It's really close, and I thought there was a chance that you could say it was going forward, but once you make the call of the fumble, it's not enough for me to overturn that call.
No gain for Jacob, so he's stuck on 99. Dumps it off underneath. And wiggling for about 8 is Richard.
This needs to be very up-tempo. If you're Oakland, you're right at that moment. You're down 3 scores. You're in the final quarter. If you're huddling, it needs to be a quick huddle. We call it a muddle huddle, where everyone's walking in and be like, this is just your assignment, Run 40 protection. You just slant and flat. Go. Get out of here. On 1.
3rd and 2. Kansas City stacking 7 on the line and backing up. Incomplete pass, but another flag out. Ryan Grant was the receiver.
Pass interference. Offense, number 13. That penalty's been declined. Result of the play is 4th down.
So called on Renfro. And they're keeping the offense out there.
Yeah, you have to go, but you're going to see Renfro's who they're going to call it on because it's really a pick play coming from the outside. So he's going to go get the guy who's covering Grant. It really is a pick play. I mean, that's a good call right there. He runs right into the guy. Doesn't even that's just a young player right there. Needs to act a little bit better.
Let's see what they call on 4th and 2.
Oh, you got a false start on Grant, I think. You know what? I give John credit for going for that. It's the best way to win the game now.
Offense, number 19. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
They'll take the offense to the sideline, so they rethink that after the 5 yards.
A couple of big penalties on some key downs for Oakland. And 4th and 2 means you have a good play. If you get the right coverage, which you think it's man-to-man, you can run your play. Super high percentage. 4th and 7, you have no idea what you're going to get out of the defense. It's the right call now to punt.
Cole. End over end, backing up Hardman to the 15. Surveys and takes off. Hardman. Found a 20-yard run back.
He's impressive, isn't he?
He is. He's going to contribute to this cause. He has today with a touchdown catch. I tell you, Patrick Mahomes, just what, 18 games into his career, if you will, or the last 18 games. You think about what he's done. I'm not going to go back to his rookie year, but since the start of last year, the things he's done, the youngest to win the MVP since Marino, most touchdown passes in a career at this point through 18 games. In fact, he could go a couple of games without any touchdown passes. He'd still be well in front through 20 games.
I mean, that's incredible. Did you see right there? I mean, this season, over 70%. I mean, he's got 7 touchdowns already. But you know what brings to
but
my mind?
Last year he had 10 through 2 weeks.
That's what I'm saying.
So what's
He's
happened
regressed.
to him? What's happened?
He's just not the same
guy.
player.
He's not. Remember, he had this week last year, week 2, on the road. Yep, 6 at Pittsburgh. And had 10 versus no interceptions through 2 weeks last year.
Yeah, you don't luck your way into 50 touchdowns. He has such an incredible high level of ability, and he's in a great system. The combination with the talent and everything, it's just...
Over the head of Watkins.
I think he finally actually missed a throw. I'm going to go ahead and say that one was the first throw that he really actually missed.
I loved your chat yesterday when you got talking to them about what did you learn in the AFC Championship game last year, which was an amazing game won by the Patriots in overtime. But Mahomes and the Chiefs were shut out in that first half. People forget that, down 14-0. And then the second half, the Chiefs offense got in the gear where they couldn't be stopped like what we saw today in the second quarter.
Yep.
And he talked about making in-game adjustments and learning a lot from that performance.
As you get better as a quarterback, you start thinking about protections. Who could come? Which one of these linebackers could come? And you start changing protections and helping yourself and your team.
Incomplete, going for Kelsey. So a rare 3 and out for the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's pretty good defense by Whitehead. But Kelsey just runs a great route, and Mahomes just felt the people out in front of him and didn't want to risk an interception.
Dustin Colquitt. This is his 224th game as a Chief today, tying Hall of Famer Will Shields for most games ever in Kansas City history. 224. Richard going nowhere. 42-yard punt. Sherman down there on the coverage. Well done. State Farm post-game show, time permitting, with JB and all the crew coming up after the game, time permitting. Well, if you're inclined to play a little fantasy football, Patrick Mahomes was the quarterback to play. That's no shock. Kyler Murray putting up over 340 yards.
I think Kyler Murray's going to be a monster in this league. I think he's going to be right there with the top players in this league. I think he's really, really special. Obviously, we know Mahomes is.
Here's the bootleg and the toss. And Waller has 8. So Kansas City put up 21 points in the final 6 minutes of the second quarter. We haven't had anybody score since.
Yeah, they got down. Oakland got to the 1-2, had the interception. You saw the other touchdown by Kansas City that got called back.
You saw Robinson on the bench. He has the best numbers for that fantasy graphic that you saw of any wide receiver.
Yeah.
Week 2.
Someone's going to catch 180 yards, 170, 90 every week for this team. It's just
not many people would have guessed, though, that the star of the week would be Demarcus Robinson. He'd be a waiver wire wonder come Tuesday.
Yes, he will, as I'm watching you get on the waiver wire right now.
Hey, we got a team. We're a team.
Yeah, we are. 1-0.
1-0, baby.
Those guys we beat, they're just not that good, I guess. Hopefully they're watching.
3rd down and 3 coming up. You were talking about that game against New England. Kansas City will play at New England on December 8th this year.
They stand out as the 2 best teams right now. You know, we already know that for sure. There's a couple other teams that you're going to have to take notice as this plays out. But
first down catch. Renfro has it at the 44. It's December the 8th in Foxborough. We will be there for that one.
That's going to be, I mean, that's the old school Colts, Patriots, old school Broncos with Peyton Manning and Patriots, old school Steelers and Patriots.
It's always that one team in there.
I was like, are you catching on here? This is.
By the way, Antonio Brown, the Patriots, scored a touchdown today in the Miami Heat, where the Patriots flattened the Dolphins. Just brutal. What's happening down in Miami this year through 2 games.
Well, and that New England defense is
a couple of touchdowns.
Everyone's going to realize very quickly that's what they really did at the end of it. They ran the ball because they could rely on their defense. That Super Bowl was won on the defensive end in a lot of ways. Obviously, having Tom Brady and him making the big plays they always need. But this year, this defense is outstanding. They can cover. And I'm telling you right now, when you can cover, Bill Belichick can start doing a lot of different things and doing, you know, different stuff with a lot of different players because he trusts the guys on the outside.
Oh, and trying to get around, sidestep the defender Carrier, unable to get away from Fuller. So another 3rd down on the way.
And, you know, as you could tell, not to go on the Brown situation, but they wanted to have it work. I mean, they thought he was a talented player, helped this football team, and, you know, obviously didn't go that way. And I think John, you know, wishes he got a chance to see him in the uniform. At the same time, you move on. You got a whole bunch of players that are playing good football, playing hard. You like coaching them, and this team's coming on. You know, I think they did the right thing, and you just move on. You start playing football.
3rd down and 2. And that headed to Renfro. Everybody's looking around for a flag that does not exist. Ward, who has a pick in this half on the coverage. And they will go for it on 4th and 2. Now they get to run that 4th and 2 play that got taken away that opportunity with a pre-snap penalty last time they had it.
You see Renfro up top, and you're right. I think let's see if they come back with the same formation. That means you loved it. We got a new formation. You got to motion somebody here, don't we? Otherwise, you're getting tight man coverage here. It's got to be a corner route or something running across the field.
Carr, he's going to run for it and make it. Slides just past second base.
And we talked to Carr about sliding on the infield, big time run using his legs last week. I like to see him do this because he's athletic enough to do it. Just got to change the way you think. He used to, when he moved around, he'd look to throw. Now he's looking to move the chains. And look at that form right there.
Yeah, pretty good.
And you notice he slid right in the grass.
Yeah,
right
no, I
before
did
the
notice
dirt.
that. He stepped away, took a little left turn away from the infield.
Yep, no raspberry on his leg for the rest of the year.
He's
Usually
talking
gets
about
it early in the year.
on the forearms, the elbows, and they reopen every week after you get nicked up early in the season. But
that dirt is rough.
It's coarse.
It is very. It's tough. Let's say that.
Well, it's the last time you'll ever be able to call a game and talk about it 3 yards in a cloud of dust. This is, again, they won't be playing back here again until November. This will all be covered up by that time. Off to Las Vegas next year. This is the last dual-purpose stadium in the league. It used to be commonplace to see in all kinds of NFL stadiums. Carr, they collapsed on him, and Fuller comes up from the secondary to make the sack. For those of you expecting to see 60 Minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS. The game between the Chiefs and the Raiders. Jim Nantz and Tony Romo and Tracy Wolfson, with Kansas City leading 28-10. That was our score at halftime. 60 Minutes will be seen in its entirety immediately following this game, except on the West Coast. 3rd and 14.
And that was a great blitz dialed up. Fuller with the sack. Spagnuolo getting him free.
Carr stepping up and nowhere to go. Hits the dirt. Passanio gets to him.
And it's really a coverage sack.
Carr thought he was passing, but no, not given a chance.
That's getting silly. That was a good one, actually. So you can see just everyone up top. Watch, Carr's looking right here, and he doesn't give him anywhere to throw. I mean, you just go up and turn around into the guy defending you. You got to do something to try and get away. I know it's a outside curl route, but nowhere to go in coverage sack.
Hang time on this one. Still return opportunity. Thomas. And flags are thrown in. There's another scrum ensues. 39-yard punt.
And they've stopped them. They had, you know.
I got a question for you.
They got the fumble. They've gotten 2 or 3 stops in a row. I mean, just.
Would you think about, it's probably just a couple minutes too soon to do it, but would you ever think about at this point? I mean,
going home?
I'm
not going.
During the return, holding,
backup quarterback
receiving
in.
team number 24. 10-yard penalty.
Matt Moore.
First down. Timeout.
Well, Jim, here's what I'm going to tell you. We'll see you right back after the commercial, folks.
In just a moment.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800-STATE-FARM. Amazon Prime. One-day delivery on millions of items with Prime. And by Microsoft Surface.
Here's a handoff to McCoy. He rips off his best run of the day. Now with 8 carries for 14 yards, so no big plays by McCoy, but Mahomes has definitely had a few.
Well, yeah, and you saw the zone there. You let these guys run, and you think without Hill, well, Hardman's in. He just runs right through it. And you get the man coverage, and that's when you go to Kelsey. And the big players, and just, to me, the story was just Mahomes' accuracy down the field on some of these throws that almost just don't. He makes it look so easy.
2nd and 4. Toss to Watkins. He's got a first down. Picks up 7. So we went to break. We talked earlier about some star quarterbacks have been hurt today, but do you what is your philosophy on that when it's 28-10, you got 5.5 to go?
Well, the one thing is these games are so important. You don't want this to be the one game ever that 2 fumbles happen on a snap from the center in a game. Like all of a sudden the quarterback, it's just like that's how people think. Now in reality, yeah, every quarterback should be out at 5 minutes to go, 18. But it's just, you can't accidentally ever lose a game because you tried to be too cute. In other words, to me, the next drive, 100%. But the one time it ever happens that you just were like, hey, I'm going to do it with 7 minutes to go in the game. And you know, the backup when he comes in, whoever it is, it's just you haven't taken a snap from that center a million times, and all of a sudden you've been standing here for 3 hours, and he comes in the game. It just, all of a sudden, something could happen. He could get, you know, just
fumble on 3 consecutive possessions.
No, but I'm saying if, let's say there's something right here, they get a stop and Oakland scores. You put them in the game. Oh, the backup just fumbles. All of a sudden they just pick it up and something. Well, now you're an onside kick away from the game being ridiculous. It's 1 in a million, but you don't want that to ever happen. That's how coaches think.
I know that's exactly how coaches think. Same thing, basketball, when you empty the bench. Got a 20-point lead, 2 minutes to go. You never know, somebody might get hot.
Yeah, that's it. It always, it's silly. It's just that's the way they think, and they never want to be the one
holding.
time.
That one's coming
Offense
back.
number 13. 10-yard penalty, replay second down.
Takes away the McCoy run that picked up a good chunk. State Farm post-game show, time permitting, coming up after the game. JB and all the crew. Scores and highlights, time permitting. Of course, the counter answer to that is doesn't matter how big the lead is. Belichick will lead Brady in all the time.
That's the other part. When you play football, this is old Bill Parcells statement. He goes, usually football players like to play football during football season. So let me know if you want to play football, because it is football season. I'm like, are we going to keep saying football?
I didn't know what it was we were playing. Thank you for clarifying that.
I was telling people that. It was funny.
Yeah, I could hear it. 2nd and 14 to Hardman. His third catch. Give him 10. Andy Reid and John Gruden, I made a passing allusion to it earlier. They are good pals. And when John was in the booth all those years on Monday nights, he and Andy stayed in touch a good couple of times a week on the phone all the time. Now they find themselves in the same division, but they were on the Green Bay staff 92 through 94 together, went to the playoffs a couple of times. I asked Andy, what was that like? He said, well, we were the two of us. We were in charge of making sure that the buses lined up straight. And I know there were more than that, but here's a long pass. Kelsey for another big play.
Well, the evolution of what Andy Reid has done with that offense, it's incredible. And, you know, look at that. I mean, just, you'd think he was, you know, a little guy doing that. And another perfect throw, another perfect route, and Kelsey's walking off the field waving goodbye. I think that might be the last you see of him today.
This is the second career now with that pass, his second career 400-yard game, which is the most in Chief franchise history. First ever have 2.
Where's all that talk about regressing you said?
Yeah. You said he was done, I think you said. These numbers don't compare to last year's 10 touchdowns after 2 weeks. Guess what? Next week, we got doubleheader action, not only on Saturday with that big Georgia-Notre Dame primetime game on Saturday, but Sunday, we come back with an NFL doubleheader. How about Baltimore and Kansas City?
That's another game. Baltimore's right there in the mix.
And then New Orleans and Seattle, to about 70% of the country, will be there for that one in the Emerald City. It all starts at noon Eastern. The NFL today, next Sunday, our first Sunday doubleheader of the 2019 season. Over to Watkins. He steps out, which is not exactly what anyone wanted, but with 2:02 to go.
Well, we were just talking about them, but Kansas City, New England, we know they're the standard right now based on last season and what the first 2 weeks. Baltimore has been really impressive through 2 weeks. We know what they were last year, and if Lamar Jackson takes that leap that some quarterbacks make, I mean, that team's...
He already has, maybe.
I mean, you saw it last week. He continues that. I mean, they're 2-0. They're a complete football team who can run the ball, play great defense.
By the way, for all of those folks who said, you guys better talk about Mahomes' ankle, I think it's okay. Just as they promised, this may have been a Raider jump. Oh, yeah, Robinson. He's not down yet. Oh, the flag is.
He should have went down.
He gave back about 5 yards. This Coliseum opened in 1966, and the first regular season opponent here was Kansas City, and the Chiefs won. And then the last AFL game ever, the AFL championship of the '69 season, 50 years ago, Chiefs came in here against the Raiders and won it.
Were you watching that one?
I was, sure. I used to watch all.
No, you love the Chiefs.
I love all those old Sunday afternoon. You know, San Diego against the Raiders or the Chiefs. I was living in, by the way, the East Bay of Moraga at that time, right off the St. Mary's.
There are fouls by both teams campus. On the play. Illegal formation. Offense has number 84 covered and eligible receiver. Offside. Defense, number 99. Those penalties offset. We'll replay the down. This is the 2-minute warning.
Point is, the Chiefs have come in here, the history of it, and they've won some big ones. And the last time the Chiefs are in this building, they're going to win again. 2 minutes to go. They're watching the NFL on CBS.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Verizon, the network more people rely on. And by FanDuel. This season, there's more ways to win on FanDuel.
We're back for the final minute and 53 seconds in what has been a scoreless second half. 28-10 Kansas City, 3rd and 3.
Does that make this play important?
Can close it out. I mean, you were saying during the break, I already gave it away. Could it be? Yeah, it's Hardman staying in bounds with another catch, his 4th of the game. Tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes. The story behind an American artist's masterpieces, followed by a new edition of Big Brother, plus NCIS Los Angeles and NCIS New Orleans, tonight only CBS. Well, now they can just kneel down. And by the way, I mentioned a scoreless second half. I knew there was going to be some history made here today. This is the 121st meeting between these teams, and there has never been all-time regular and post-season matchups between. There's never been a scoreless half, so it was not a wasted half-back. We got to sit and watch history today, the 3rd and 4th quarters.
I thought we had history in the 2nd quarter.
We had a little there
scoring.
too.
So you tell me we have the most scoring and the least scoring ever in the history of football games, all in the same game?
All the same day. Darwin Thompson got that last handle. And a little more history. A couple of guys vital to our crew celebrating their birthdays. Chris Burns, Tom Brewer, who turned 40, it feels like maybe it was 3 weeks ago, because it's been the longest party celebration for a birthday I've ever seen.
Does he work with us?
Sometimes. Sometimes.
He's actually right next to us right now.
209th career win.
Wow, look who he ties.
Chuck Noll. How about that?
Andy Reid, Chuck Noll. Pretty impressive what they've built here. Kansas City, it's
heading home to host the Ravens next week. We were there for that game last year in December at Arrowhead, and it was a beauty.
Yeah, they pressured Kansas City and made it difficult. But Mahomes has a weird, I feel like he's evolving. He's protecting. He's getting to different plays once in a while. He's better even than last year.
Oakland travels to Minnesota. They'll both be 1-1 in that game. Vikings and the Raiders. And again, the Raiders have a home game in London coming up and a bye. They're not back here until November. Final scores: Kansas City 28, Oakland 10. Tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes. Then Big Brother, NCIS Los Angeles, NCIS New Orleans, only CBS. For Tony, Tracy, Jim Rickoff, Mike Arnold, all the crew, Jim Nance saying so long from Oakland. We'll see you next week from Seattle.